Hello, my name is Melissa Schaefer, and today I'd like to talk about the media that I'm going to use for my policy. For me, I think I'd like to utilize two forms of media. The first one would be a PSA that would go out over the radio. The reason why I'm choosing to do a PSA over the radio would be because I could utilize local radio stations like the KTNN, which is the Navajo radio station. It broadcasts um, throughout Navajo land. That would be Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico. And that PSA would be informing the public of the missing, murdered Indigenous women throughout the reservation, throughout the nation, really, letting them know that, it is a problem, and letting them know also what's being done to improve that, or to make the people aware, to be careful of their surroundings, also how to get in touch with law enforcement to report missing people through the local, tribal, and federal databases, which is what's happening now nationally. The Donald Trump just signed a bill saying that he's putting together a task force to look into the missing, murdered Indigenous women throughout the nation. So definitely, I think a PSA would work. One, because there's not a lot of internet throughout the reservation. We don't have a television station that broadcasts local media throughout the reservation. The only thing that people rely on is the KTNN radio station. It's where people go to announce deaths, announce elections, even announce political debates, political agendas throughout the nation, so that it's become a reputable. It's become very reliable source of information for the nation to get their information from. So that's where I would put my PSA for the missing, murdered Indigenous women. The second would be creating a Facebook that would also kind of generate the information, the infographics, the studies that are going on, the movement in legislation for the bills that have been passed both in Arizona and federally. I would, definitely be posting those up, and even a place where people could kind of put their stories out there and connect with one another, and also letting them know that this is happening nationwide, and there is a lot of movement now. Like I said, Donald Trump just signed a bill creating a task force to look into the missing, murdered women on the reservations. So I would definitely do that with Facebook. I believe that targets a lot of the young urban natives, the ones that aren't living on the reservation, and it kind of would branch outside of just the Navajo reservation. It would also include other reservations nationally, and even going into Canada. Canada also has Indigenous women that are going missing, that are being murdered. So that at that point, it wouldn't just be isolated to America. It would be branching into other communities outside of Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. So those are the two forms of media that I would like to, or what I would use to promote my policy of missing, murdered Indigenous women. Again, that would be a PSA on the radio station. And the radio station that I'm talking about specifically is the Navajo Nation KTNN. It's on the AM frequency. And then I would also be creating a Facebook that would be utilized, off for the urban American Indians. So those are the two medias that I'd like to use. My reasoning behind why I'm selecting those, how I would use it, what types of information would go on that. It's all about just informing the public, creating awareness, connecting them to current resources that are going on right now. And I think that's it.